Testing magnetic and TPC relay. Magnetic relay are used especially in refrigerator motor compressor with the contents. Two separate windings, the run and the start winding. Magnetic relay are usually connected to start and run terminals of the compressor and to one of the power lines. For air conditioner, a run capacitor is used instead of the relay to start and run the motor. Conventional magnetic relay works in the principle of the solenoid that when current is applied, the magnetic contacts are active, causing the circuit to operate shifting. From start winding to run winding of the motor. Most modern refrigerators now use the potential terminal coefficient PTC relay that also operates through temperature sensitive component that active when certain amount of current is applied. A multi-tester or BOM may be used to test the contacts of relay. A PTC relay, for example, may be tested to obtain a certain resistance. Figure 87, testing a PTC relay measurement. A magnetic relay may be tested by checking if continuity is a contact by summing upside down to shift the contact. The gravity and regulating circuit relay are not usually tested using instruments. Instead, with the suspect as the cause of the trouble, replacement of a new relay the most practical. Testing lamp or bulb heater. Lamp or bulb accessory electric parts used to light up the inside component of refrigerator. Incident lamp of the community used to convention or old model refrigerator while emitting diodes. All LED lamps are used in recent model of refrigerator. Incident lamp consume the larger amount of the energy than LED. BOM is used to check whether the lightning filaments of bulbs are still intact or broken. LED lamp is considered the electronic components are usually replaced in refrigerator when electrical energy is applied. This includes a millennial heater, is refrigerator and heater of auto defrost system. Figure 88 testing refrigerator lamp or bulb. This figure 88 incident bulb drain more electricity than the LED bulb. It is a more composition of electricity, and LED it is found inside in the refrigerator and LED lamp. It is considered an electronic component that is usually replace an refrigerator lamp or bulb. Build model when found defective. Resistance check is a made through its use of BOM to determine the condition of the heater, whether it's the open or shorted. Most electronic parts, refrigerator and air condition, as removed to replace when found at fault or defective because they involved to contain the several components integrated in the module or in the integrated circuit IC, which is more practical to replace than to repair. This figure 89 testing heater. This figure 89, as you can see in the figure 89, testing heater is a kind of electronic materials that is usually used to testify refrigerator whether it is function properly or not. So all electronic materials, as I mentioned above, is very important to know if that particular thing function properly or not. Leak testing the system. The performance of efficiency of refrigerator or air condition define the amount of refrigerant represent in the system. It is concerned the same amount as specified the manufacturer specification. It will efficiently produce a great cooling performance. Take note that a refrigerator or a air conditioning system efficiently perform with refrigerant charge is exactly the same as the manufacturer specification. Low amount the refrigerant in the system means low efficiency or low cooling. It is because the system is undercharged or maybe there is a leak. It is a system where refrigerant is slowly escaped to the atmosphere. When refrigerant leaks from the system, this is a need for the technician to find where the leak is fixed or repair it before adding or charging refrigerant to required amount. Remember that refrigerant leaks can be harmful to environment. A leak is refrigeration air condition system happens when there a broken apart in a tube, usually caused by careless removal of things from the freezer using pointed objects like ice picks, improper handling, transferring, or moving the refrigerator or air condition. Rust formation to consider tube. and moving the vented tubes or bending the tube. When any of this happens, complaints of the lack of ice or lack of cooling evaporator will likely to receive from the client. In extreme the cases, total loss refrigerant will result to no cooling at all. This manifests a cooling instead of a warm, hot condenser. Measure the current in the circuit using a clamp meter and comparing the result with specified FLE full load ampere and NLE no load ampere. The comparator will yield to status of refrigerant in the system. Current measure obtained. Nerve FLE means the partial leak in the system, while measure near the means com loss of refrigerant in the system. Testing length system. There are several ways of finding out the link area. First, visual inspecting the entire tubing may indicate that there is link in the certain R. When a streak of oil usually embeds joint and fitting is present of noticeable. Second, applying soap solution is a suspected area of link observing bubbles formation caused by linking refrigerant. Third, use of link detecting instrument. Fourth, measuring refrigerant pressure in the system using the compound gauge in the system analyzer. If any of the first three way of testing does not reveal the link, use of pressure measuring instrument is the best procedure. Adapting compound gauge host of the system analyzer to the charging part of the access valve and the compressor and to the service tank charge refrigerant up to 35 to 50 psi to pressurize the system, observing from the compound gauge pressure read out. If a gradually decreasing, it is the indication that there is a link. If not, there is no link. Assume that there is a link. Apply soap to all joints, considering that the system is already pressurized. If still this proves unsuccessful, but the compound gauge continues, should decrease, which definitely means there is a link. The need to dismantle the tube system and individual link testing may be necessary. Link usually occurs in the flared nut, silver brass portion, swage, and joint section has the flared charging parts. Tilting terminals, silver brace motors, suction as discharge terminal, evaporator terminal, and broken freezer tube. If any first method of refrigerant link detection. Detecting refrigerant leak is one of the most difficult jobs in a servicing sealed system like the refrigerator and air conditioner, and the link may exist in the component and tube are the difficult to access or totally cancelled. In such a cases, having the proper test equipment is at least half of job. There are several methods used to find leaks. Some of the most common or popular methods are listed as follows. First, bubble test or soap solution. It is the simplest and least expensive material-wise method now today. If the approximate area where a leak exists is known, the use of soap solution may be applied in determining it. For instance, if a liquefied a component is replaced, or note a system has leaked somewhere and you observe an area of the system that all coated a soap solution may be used for the test of the pinpoint a leak through bubbles. Soap solutions are available in many different types. Of this moment, we are now is the last part of this report that I'm going to discuss to all of you. In the picture that you are going to see is a natural cause that we can find in our home, especially in the kitchen area. Soap can be used as an immediate material. It is important to apply soap water to enter the house assembly, including the tanks, bulbs, and regular using a spray bottle or sponge. Pressure the system without storing on any appliances. If you see a bubble or smell rotting eggs, you have a leak.